Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, everyone. So let's start with the invocation mantras, the Manglacharan. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Ajnanatimirandasya Jnananjana चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरुवे नमः श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपः कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकं वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरुं श्रीयुतपदकमलं श्रीगुरून् वैष्णवांश श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगण रघुनाथं वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधा कृष्णपादान् सहगण ललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश हे कृष्ण करुणा सिन्धु दीनबन्धु जगत्पते गोपेश गोपीकान्त श्रीराधा कान्त नमस्तुते तप्त काञ्चन गौरङ्गी श्रीराधे वृन्दावनेश्वरी विषभानो सुतदेवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ एव च पतितनां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासदि गौर भक्तवृंद हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदांत स्वामी इति नामिने नमस्ते सरस्वती देवीं गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्वशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्यदेशतारिणे Srila Prabhupada ki jai ho. So today is the second day of Bhagavad Gita, Module 1, Chapter 1 to 6. Yesterday we covered preface and almost introduction, and today we are going to continue from introduction. And we'll discuss like the quick revision that what we learned or what we read yesterday. So it's just a quick and brief recap or revision. So in the preface, we have seen that Srila Prabhupada has showed compassion, humility, loyalty, and selfless service in this preface. And he has given the Bhagavad Gita as it is. The same message, the same format, which was spoken by Lord Krishna to Arjuna. There was no change, no adulteration, and no speculation. And there was no any personal motive or perspective. And we have seen the authenticity because it was translated from the original Sanskrit, and the purports are also very much powerful. And this gives the, the self-evident meaning of each and every verse. And Srila Prabhupada has Srila Prabhupada said that foundation of Bhagavad Gita is given by Lord Krishna. So I'm not the founder Acharya, but Krishna is the real founder and real founder Acharya. He's only the messenger. And it also shows the humility of Srila Prabhupada because he gives all the credit of the work he has presented to Guru, Krishna, and Parampara. And later also discuss yes, the Krishna purpose of descending into this world was to establish dharma, protect devotees, and destroy the demons. But there was another higher purpose, as it was taught by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, that was to reciprocate with the devotees, to give and receive love, and also to help the souls to go back to the Godhead, to the supreme abode. And Srila Prabhupada also told us about our real position, that we are the part and parcels of Krishna, and our duty is to serve Krishna. And that is only the way to get the true happiness. And we have seen many missions here also. We also note down the missions, and one of them was to that even one becomes a pure devotee, even a one person, and that is a success of Sri Prabhupada's work. And let me see if any. Yeah, the central teaching of Bhagavad Gita is also expressed here. That is, Krishna's instructions are to, which is given in Bhagavad Gita, that manmana bhavamad bhakto, always think of me and become my devotee. This is the ultimate goal of all the living entities, to become the devotee of Krishna. And in return, Krishna will reciprocates with them. Okay, so we also, because the introduction is long, so we cover only little part of it. I'm sure that you all are having your Bhagavad Gitas with you. Yes, good. So in introduction, as it was started with the, yes, Natik Prabhu, you have raised your hand. Any question?
No, Mataji, I was telling that when you spoke about when Krishna descends his mission, and I have heard that in this Quran that there are three missions given in the Bhagavad Gita, that to kill the demons and protect the devotees and reestablish the dharma. But he
Yes.
can do, but he can also send somebody else to do that. But he just comes to reciprocate and distribute his love to devotees.
Yes, that is the main reason, because Lord Krishna's other incarnations can come and just kill the demons and protect the devotees, which has already done in the previous yugas. But the main purpose, the central idea of coming here, is to give this Bhagavad Gita to us, to give the teachings. So this is how we become the devotee, because we are in this material world, we are covered. We are covered with the material contamination. So to purify this material contamination, we must read Bhagavad Gita. This is the way that we will revive our original position, and then we will serve Krishna, because that is the main purpose of a living entity's life. So in Bhagavad Gita, introduction, we discussed about the Shruti and Smriti, because the word Gitopanishad is there. And why this is Gitopanishad? Because we discussed Shruti and Smriti in detail about the Vedas, and Smritis are the Itihas and Puranas. So because this is spoken by Krishna, so this is very much Shruti, and it is the part of the Mahabharata, that is Itihas. So that is why it is known as the Smriti Smriti as well. And because the Lord Krishna is giving philosophy here, and it is a great authority accepted by and by everyone who calls themselves a Sanatani, who comes under the Vedic umbrella, they have accept the authority of Bhagavad Gita. And like, no matter they are from any sampradaya, or but if they are under the umbrella of Vedic knowledge, then they accept the authority of Bhagavad Gita. And Krishna is like a doctor. Krishna is like a universe doctor, and we must take medicine as it is, because it is written here that if we want to take a particular medicine on page number 2 of introduction, then we have to follow the directions written on the label. So it shows that Krishna is the universal doctor, and as he has given this Bhagavad Gita as a medicine, so we must follow as it is. And Srila Prabhupada was criticized by many scholars Why? You know the reason, because he has put this devotional service and bhakti on all the pages of Bhagavad Gita. And on the page number, on the third page, you would see that Bhagavad Gita is first spoken to sun god, and then further he spoken to Manu, then Ikshvaku. This is written on the verse number 4.1. We'll read it further. We'll discuss it further in detail later on. And this way the parampara was formed. But now here Krishna is saying that he wants to bring another parampara, which is going to start with the Arjun. Arjun is going to be the devotee, a disciple of Krishna here, who's a first student going to hear from Krishna about Bhagavad Gita. So this parampara is beginning with the Arjuna. And then it is written here that one should hear the Bhagavad Gita in the mood of Arjuna, because he's a devotee of Lord. And when we hear from the devotee, that is the only way we receive the mercy and our heart get transformed. The transformation is possible of our heart. That contamination will be removed and our heart will be purified. This is the way. And a devotee reciprocate, or devotee worship Lord in within the 5 types of relationships that we also discuss: the Shantaras, Dasya, Sakhya, Vatsalya, Madhurya Rasa. And further it is written that when we revived our eternal relationship, that is Swarupa, because Jivera Swarupa Hoy, Krishna and Nitya Das, then we are going to serve Supreme Lord Krishna. And further on page number 5, it is written that not only Arjuna accepted Krishna as a Supreme Lord, but we can see that Narada, Asita, Devala, Vyasa, they all have accepted this absolute truth. And further, okay, there were some purposes which I told you that you must find it. I don't know whether you look for it or not, but the purposes, the first one was on the page number 5 only, that the purpose of Bhagavad Gita is to deliver mankind from the nescience of material existence. That is the first purpose. And then you will find the second one on the next page, that is 6, that to reestablish the real purpose of life when man forgets the purpose. When man forgets the purpose, what does it mean? That when man is contaminated with this material existence, then what happens? He forgets his relationship with Krishna. So this is the purpose of aim of Bhagavad Gita, to reestablish that relationship. And then there is another purpose of Bhagavad Gita written on page number 8. You would see on page number 8 that we should know that we are not the supreme controller. And I discussed it yesterday that we are mini controller, because we know only little about ourselves. Krishna is the supreme controller. And we are Krishna's energy. Like there are 2 energies, inferior energy and superior energy. So being the Krishna's superior energy, we are known as para prakriti. And the prakriti, the material nature, is known as apara prakriti, inferior energy of Lord. And it works under the direction of Supreme Lord. That is why Krishna is the controller of each and everyone, each and everything. And later on, there is another purpose. Let me. Okay. Page number 10. On page number 10, you would see there is another purpose written. Yes, that we are the part and parcel of the Supreme Lord, neither the creator nor the enjoyer, but a cooperator. We also discussed this yesterday, and there were a few examples also, like the stomach is the enjoyer. We feed our mouth, but stomach is the one who is the enjoyer, who receive the food which we eat. Similarly, Krishna is the supreme enjoyer, and he is a creator, he is a doer. So on page number 11, there is one more purpose. Okay, I told you. Okay, this was on the 11th page already, which I told. Now on the 10th page, is that the Bhagavad Gita teaches that we have to purify this material contaminated consciousness. And in pure consciousness, our actions will be dovetailed to the will of the Ishvara. So this is another purpose of Bhagavad Gita. And there are a few more which you can maybe get a time to find it out. Like we know about Lord energies, and the purpose is also that to know the difference between the spiritual and the material world. And yes, that is also already written that Krishna is the creator and the enjoyer. That means that there is a shlok which I already said yesterday, that a peace formula, and 5.29 of Bhagavad Gita, Bhoktaram Yaga Tapasam Sarvaloka Maheshwaram. This is the shloka which explains or which shows that Krishna is the creator and enjoyer. And on the later pages, like on, yes, we also discuss about our body. This word asat. Asat means that it is temporary, but satta means eternal, and our soul is eternal. And it's a very nice sentence is written here, a statement that our very existence is in the atmosphere of non-existence. That means that we are satta, but we are in the body that is asatta. And on this page, page number 6, yeah, the only way to get rid of our sufferings is Brahma Jigyasa. That means we must be eager to know. We must inquisitive. We must have a nature of asking questions to our superiors, to our acharyas, to our gurus, to receive the mercy and um, to understand our factual position. And there are a few points, like what should be our mood while we read Bhagavad Gita. So our mood of reading Bhagavad Gita, there should be a devotion. There should be a sincerity. Sincerity means that coming on the time, especially when you are having online class, and try to turn on your cameras. That is sincerity. That means it shows that you really want to learn something. You want to study something. You want to get rid from the material existence. You want to get rid of the sufferings you are facing. And another one is the respect for Lord. We should have the firm respect for Lord Sri Krishna. Devotion, bhakti will come later on, but first of all, we must have respect. And then we must have a submissive nature. We must have a submissive mood. And I already said that inquisitive mood, which is given in Bhagavad Gita chapter 4 and 34 shloka, Tad Vidhi Pranipatena, which we discussed yesterday. Another thing, that our mind intelligence should be engaged in this learning process. Because, Arjuna was above ignorance. Arjun was a devotee. There was no need for Krishna to, speak this Bhagavad Gita to him. But why he was put into an ignorance at that time? It was Krishna's plan, because he wanted to start another parampara, and he wanted to give this instruction, this gyan, to his beloved one, who is Krishna's friend, who is Krishna's devotee. And then on 7th page, we discussed the 5 basic truths, that who am I, to whom I belong, why I'm entangled in this material world, and since how long, and how I can be free. These are the questions we ask ourselves, and we get the answers from Bhagavad Gita. That who are we, who we are the jivas, the soul, and Krishna is the Supreme Lord, the Ishvara, and we are entangled in this world because of our karmas, and this place is material nature, prakriti, and how we'll get rid from here by doing the karmas, by doing the Krishna karmas. And we are here since how long? It's time immemorial, the kala. And we also discussed that how this prakriti be active, and how the 24 elements, those are the ingredients through which the jivas are produced, through which the whole creation come into being. And later on we also discussed if we understand these 5 things, then our material contamination will be purified, and we will be devoted to the will of Krishna, and this is how we will be happy. So this is the path of bhakti. You will find this statement in on page number 8 and 9. Okay, and there is also a 3 modes of material nature. So when you go on the road and you stuck in the traffic, you see there is a traffic signal. There are 3 lights, right? In actual, what happens that the light has only one color, but due to that glass, we see it. We see the different colors, like the green, the red, and the yellow. But the light has only one color, maybe the white. Similarly, the soul is pure, but when it come into the contact with 3 modes of material nature, that is satogun, rajogun, and tamogun, then what happens with that mode, like with that guna? What happens? We behave, or we react in that way. We act in that way. And later, we also, I think, discuss about yes, that we are para prakriti, the superior energy of Lord. Yeah, we discussed about it. Yeah, okay. I told you also that Jiva and Ishvara are conscious, but the rest of the 3 are not conscious, because the Lord is a supreme conscious, and the Jiva is it has the quality like a God, because a part and parcel of Lord, but it has a very little, because in a little quantity, therefore he knows, or he has consciousness about his feelings, about his body and his surroundings only. But the Lord knows about everyone and everything. We will discuss it in later chapters, like in chapter number 13. And we also discuss the 24 elements, as I said. Or so when we'll be on the path of bhakti, all the questions will be answered. Like the questions are that why I'm suffering, why I have to die, and when we'll read Bhagavad Gita thoroughly, we'll understand it. And this Bhagavad Gita will direct us to the real purpose of our life, the real goal of our life. On page number 10, we also read about the karma, that we cannot seize our actions, but dovetail them with the will of Lord. That means we have to act in a way that we satisfy the senses of Lord Krishna. And then we'll be free from material contamination, and we'll get free from the binding effects and entangling effects of our karma. Because I told you yesterday that out of 5, yes, Madhavan, any question?
Mataji, I'm so sorry, but I can't find the page. Can you tell me?
On page 10. Okay, you will find it. Let me tell you, it's on the 2nd paragraph, and on the 17th line. The Bhagavad Gita teaches that we have to purify this material contaminated consciousness. In pure consciousness, our actions will be dovetailed to the will of Ishvara. So here also we discussed that out of these 5, the 4 are eternal, but Prakriti is also eternal. We see it going through the cycle of the creation, maintenance, and destruction. But it doesn't matter. It is the eternal. The cycle is eternal. But our karma is not eternal. Why? Because our karmas can be vanished, or our sinful actions will be vanished or will be purified with the help of bhakti. And we'll be free from these contaminations, and we'll be free from the sinful effects of our bad karmas. And this freedom from material contamination is called mukti. So for the Vaishnavas, what does it mean, mukti, liberation or salvation? It means that to get your original state or original rupa, swarupa, that is Krishna's Nitya Das. And our karma can be destroyed by the devotional services. And then we discussed on page number 11, you will find that purified consciousness means acting in accordance with the instructions of the Lord. So the same meaning or same understanding, then when we understand our relationship with Lord, then we are going to act in a way that we please Krishna. We also discussed about those examples, the stomach example, and then the watering the roots example. And our relation, I'm on the page number 12. Our relation, the relation is also like that of the master and the servant.
It's on
We
page
must
number, Mataji, 13.
It's on, okay, I have, it's, Mataji, it's on 12th page in Bhagavad Gita. Here. But it's okay if you find it. Maybe it's on 13th page. That's okay. So if the master is fully satisfied, then the servant is satisfied. So we have this kind of relation with Krishna, that if Krishna is satisfied, then we are satisfied. We can see this from the example. If you remember when the time when the Pandavas and Draupadi on their exile time, they were, they had their meal, but Duryodhan sent the Durvasa Muni with his disciples to go and have a meal with them and give blessings. But then what happened, that Krishna came to help Draupadi, and although there was nothing left, but there was one single rice left in the pot. So when Krishna had it, everybody was satisfied. So this is how, when Krishna is satisfied, then automatically, being the servant of Krishna, we'll be satisfied and we'll be happy. This moment, Krishna Shri Prabhupada says that this moment is natural. In the preface, he said, Sneha Mataji did not find this sentence that we just discussed about the relation is also like that of the master and the servant. Mataji, can you see on the page number 13, as Gitika Mataji said? You'll find this there only. I have this statement on page number 12. Maybe you have on 13. Okay, so
Mataji, this is on page number 12.
yes, that's what I'm saying. But maybe in some other edition, or maybe in some other printings of book, maybe this is printed on another page, maybe. So yes, Shri Prabhupada said that this moment is very natural. Why it's natural? Because everybody wants to be happy. We want happiness, as we discussed yesterday, that yes, we want to be happy. So when we are happy, what we do? We dance, we eat, we enjoy. Yeah. So how it all happens? Because this moment gives us all these things. We sing, we dance, we eat. So satisfying Krishna gives us this pleasure. And in this page only, the page number 12, you will see that Krishna is complete absolute truth. Satchit Ananda Vigraha. he is not formless. That, like the Mayavadi says that he is formless. So here, Shri Prabhupada is saying that he is not formless. He is beyond Brahma, beyond Paramatma. They are the features, or the subordinate to the complete Supreme Person. As Krishna says, Brahmano hi pratisthaham. So means Brahma is Brahma is more explicitly explained in Brahma Sutra, the rays of sunshine. The Krishna is the sun, and these are the rays which are coming from the sun. So they think that this is the only place. This is the God, the formless one. But it's not like that. The Paramatma and the Brahma, they are both the features of Bhagavan, Lord Shri Krishna. He is Satchit Ananda Vigraha. And as he's situated in the heart and directing the wandering of all living entities, so he is Paramatma. And it is also be discussed in the later chapters about his Paramatma feature. In in Ishopanishad, the invocation mantra, it tells us about the completeness of Lord Shri Krishna. And it's like Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnam Udachyate Purnasya Purnam Adaya Purnam Eva Vashishyate. So this shloka tells us that the Supreme Personality of Godhead is complete and perfect. And whatever is coming, whatever is emanating from him is complete. It's complete whole. And whatever is left, that is also complete. So this tells us that if Krishna is complete, then how can be he formless? Why he can't have a roop? And we discussed about the four truths, and the fifth one was time. And many philosophers or scientists, they sometimes give their own Bhagavad Gita, they give their own commentaries, and sometimes they compare themselves with the statements of Bhagavad Gita. Like there is one scientist who invented the atomic bombs, J. Robert Oppenheimer. Yes, he invented the atomic bomb, and he said that as in Bhagavad Gita, it is written in 11.32 that Krishna is the time, Krishna is the Kala, everything. Krishna says that I am the Kala. He said this to Arjuna. So he said, because I have invented this bomb, the atomic bomb, so that means I am the destroyer. So he is trying to compare himself with Krishna. So there are many scientists, philosophers, politicians who give their own commentaries, their own perspectives, their own intentions, just to to fulfill their own motives. And okay, so on the page number 13, yeah, the Krishna is complete. He is a complete whole. Okay, and whatever the potencies he has, they all are, they are powerful, and they are, because Krishna's Shaktis, Krishna's energies, so they are also complete. And then it is written that all Vedic knowledge is infallible. And Hindus accept Vedic knowledge to be complete and infallible. Now, here are two examples given, that cow dung and the cow dung is considered to be purifying agent. Otherwise, we see that if someone only touches the, if someone goes to the washroom and after that he wash his hands, he feels he's, he's not purified, he's impure. So he takes bath. So when we see that, but with the cow dung, it's not like that. We find it very pure because it has the purifying agents in it. And it's not that only the Vedic scriptures are saying, but also scientists have accept this truth. And we also see that the same thing with the conch shell, which we use for our worshipping Lord. It's a shell, means it's a bone, which is also again, in the one sense, we see that the bone is impure, but here we are using it to worship Lord. That means it is pure. The conch shell is pure. So the Vedic knowledge is infallible and complete. It means without any defects. And because other kind of knowledge in this world, because it is produced by the human, so that is why it is not complete or infallible. It has defects in it. Why? Because the human has 4 defects. We are like the 4 defects are like, we make mistakes. Yes, everyone make mistakes, and there is a tendency. That means if we see a rope and sometimes consider it a snake or something else, if we are in the room and if there is no electricity and we only touch something, we thought, oh my god, maybe it's a cockroach, we just cross over my feet. So this shows that we are sometimes illusioned. So this is another defect in us. And the third one is cheating propensity. We cheat others and we also get cheated by others. And the fourth one is the imperfect senses. Means in the dark, we can't see our own hand. So our senses are also not perfect. Sometimes we hear something, but we, understand it in a different way. So these are the defects in us. So that is why whatever knowledge is given by us, or whatever the books we write, there may be some defects, but this Shastra, this Vedic Shastra, this Vedic knowledge is infallible. Okay, so the next page, the Bhagavad Gita also teaches us the process of how we can receive this transcendental knowledge through disciplic succession. This process is given by Bhagavad Gita to us. That suppose if it is broken, suppose this knowledge is not received in a way it was spoken, then what happens? If this chain is disciplic succession is broken, then Lord Krishna come himself to reestablish it, to reestablish the principles of religion. You see that Arjun did not want to fight. When he saw his relatives, especially his grandfather, his guru, his nephews, he was not ready to fight. But Krishna teaches him and taught him the Varanashram dharma, his Varan. He was Arjuna was a Kshatriya, right? Yes, he was a Kshatriya.
Yes.
So Arjun, being a Kshatriya, what was his dharma? What was his duty, his occupation?
To fight.
Yes, to fight in the battle. That why I'm fighting? I don't want to fight. He was a Kshatriya. And, Krishna is so chatur that he brought his rath in front of Bhishma Deva and Dronacharya, because there was affection with them. Arjuna has affection with them. He loved them. And he did not want to fight just because he did not want to kill his relatives. So just to give this Bhagavad Gita to us, Krishna brought his rath in front of Bhishma Dev and Dronacharya. And this is how he told him that what should he do. And he told him about his Varana, being Kshatriya, and he has to do his duties accordingly. And And later, Arjun did that for the pleasure of Krishna. Then he became free from karma, free from fear and all kind of miseries. And in the last paragraph, there is a description about Krishna's, like the sky, the Krishna's abode, or the spiritual supreme abode. The of supreme abode, and then the description that how the transcendental abode and the living entities, they both are sanatan, that means eternal. Jiva is sanatan, and his sanatan dharma is to serve Krishna. And here it is also, clarified that the dharma does not mean the religion. Religion can be changed or can be converted, but dharma is our eternal quality, the eternal quality of the soul, and that is to serve. If we see that, what is the dharma of salt?
To be salty.
To be salty. And what about the sugar?
Sweet.
Sweet. So that is their dharma. Similarly, the soul dharma, because the soul is eternal, sanatan, therefore the dharma is also eternal. And the other things like the duties which we are doing, the responsibilities we are seeing, they all are with this body. They are not eternal. They are to be done till we are in this material world. We have this existence. And in the later chapters, we also learn that we should, perform our duties as well as our eternal dharma. And our eternal dharma is to serve Krishna. Yes. Srila Prabhupada written here, and you'll see it in many paragraphs, like since 2-3 paragraphs, there is Sanatan abode, eternal abode, eternal sky, Sanatan Jeev, Sanatan Dharm. These all are words used. Srila Prabhupada has written 17 that he's used Sanatan Goswami. So now is yes, Natik Prabhu?
Mataji, I can't find page. Can you tell me the page?
The page about the Sanatan abode, the eternal abode. It's on page number 16. And then on page number 17, it says about our Sanatan religion. I mean, Sanatan Dharma. That religion is not Sanatan Dharma. Okay. You found it, Natik Prabhu? Okay. So, Shri Prabhupada, when discuss about the Sanatan Dharma, Sanatan Jeev, Sanatan abode, now Shri Prabhupada is telling us about the Sanatan Goswami, that he asked Chaitanya Mahaprabhu that what is the Jeev's Swarupa. So here Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is telling, he replied to Sanatan Goswami that the constitutional position, the Swarupa of a living entity is to render service to the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Because we see that in this world, no matter we are a student or or in a grahastha ashram, a mother, a wife, a daughter, a son, but there are some duties which we do. There are some occupations we perform, we follow. So they all are there only. Thank you, Damni Mataji. So here we can see that Sanatan Goswami asked Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said that the Jivere Swarupa Hoy Krishna Nitya Das, and what the devotee has to do, what the living entity has to do is to serve Krishna, render services to Krishna. And then there is, there is written about that how the wife serves the husband, and so husband serves the wife, and the mother serves the children, and about the politicians and shopkeepers serving their customers, etc. So that serving nature is there already. Either we are, if we think ourselves a body, then also our dharma is, our responsibility, our action is to serve others. Or if suppose we are not serving our children, our mother, our son, our husband, or our relatives, but what we are doing, we are serving our indriyas, we are serving our senses. So this serving nature is there already and always. So on the next page, Bhagavad Gita also explains that here we see that what is the destination of those who worship the demigods, and it is also written that the destination after death, and how to attain supreme abode by remembering Krishna while we leave our bodies. So here we see the Lord's abode description, then description of Brahma Jyoti, about the planets, and material world is like a tree. Yeah, okay, this example came here. I thought we have discussed it before. So these all are the descriptions in the following pages. Okay. Again, there is details about the Brahmavadi, the Paramatmavadi, and the devotee. Okay, I think you must have read it yesterday only. It's good to read before coming to the class. So 23rd page, 24th. Okay. On page number 27, you will see that Krishna is telling Arjun that to dedicate his intelligence, his activities, his mind unto him. And what will happen? Then his mind, his intelligence, and his activities will be there to please Krishna, will be utilized to remember Krishna only. Then what will happen? Then a person will attend the Supreme Lord Krishna. And there is also the 9 processes given in Srimad Bhagavatam. Shravanam Kirtanam Vishnu Smaranam Pada Sevanam Archanam Vandanam Dasyam Sakyam Atma Nivedanam. So these are 9 processes given to us by Prahlad Maharaj in Bhagavatam, that this is the way we can serve Krishna. This is a process of bhakti to attend Krishna. And this is how, when we are engaging ourselves in Nada Bhakti, then only we'll be able to remember Krishna at the time of our death. Otherwise, it is not easy to remember Krishna at the time of death. And the very easy processes among these 9 is hearing and chanting, which gives a very fast result to us. For exams, we always look for the shortcut or something. We call our friends that if you know the important questions, just let me know. I'll just go through them and I will try to, pass my exam. So this is how these two, like among those 9 processes, these two are very easy. That is Shravanam and Kirtanam. Okay, so now on page number 28, we'll see that Krishna is telling Arjun that he who meditates on me as a supreme personality of Godhead, his mind constantly engaged in remembering me, undeviated from the path. O Arjuna is sure to reach me. So this is by following those 9 processes or by following these main 2 processes, that is hearing and chanting, we'll definitely go to Krishna. This is how our mind will be engaged in remembering Krishna. So now we'll see those 7 shlokas, 7 verses given by Shankaracharya. Shankaracharya is the Acharya of Mayavad in actual, but he has given these 7 verses, the Gita Mahatmya, which are very important for us to remember. And whenever we start reading Bhagavad Gita, we should read these 7 verses before reading Bhagavad Gita. As Srila Prabhupada says, do not jump onto the 10th canto while reading Srimad Bhagavatam, because many devotees or many people want to hear about the pastimes of Lord Krishna. So what they do, they only start reading from the 10th canto because they want to relish the pastimes of Lord Krishna. But Srila Prabhupada says that no, this is not a right way. The right path is to start from the canto 1. So we'll get to know the the glorification of Srimad Bhagavatam, the importance of Bhagavatam. Then you will be able to understand the pastimes of Lord. So similarly here, we must read these 7 verses before reading Bhagavad Gita. What will happen? And this is how we will understand. So the first verse given by Shankaracharya is, Mataji, the first verse in the this is the second one. Yeah, it's in the paragraph only. Yeah, it's here. In conclusion, I think in conclusion, wala jo paragraph, it's there. Yes, the first one is Gita Shastram idam punyam ya pathet prayata puman. And there is one line missing, that is Vishnu padam vapnoti. And the half part is written, that is Vishnu padam vapnoti. Bhaya shokadi varjita. So this tells us that this is the first Gita Mahatmya Shlok given by Shankaracharya to us. It says that Gita is a shastra, is very Gita Shastra is a Punyam Shastra. It means it is very authoritative Shastra. If one properly follows the instructions of Bhagavad Gita, then what will happen? One get freed from all miseries and anxieties of life. And Bhaya Shokadi Varjita, that means one will freed from all fears in his life. And one's next life will be spiritual. So you will see here, it's the line which is missing, the Vishnu Padam Vapnoti. It means that if we are taking the shelter of the lotus feet of Lord, then what will happen? then we'll be free from all kind of miseries and anxieties of life and all kind of fears, and uh, we'll be we'll come into the spiritual platform. And the second one says, Gita dhyayana shilasya pranayama parasya cha naiva santi hi papani purva janma kritani cha. It says that if one reads Bhagavad Gita very sincerely and with all seriousness, then by the grace of the Lord and reaction of his past misdeeds will not act upon him. What will happen? That whatever the sinful actions we have done in our previous births, their reaction will not harm us, will not get the bad karma, will not get the reaction of those sins. Just by the grace of the Lord, those all will be destroyed. But if we read it sincerely and with seriousness only, not like that we are only just going through it and saying that, okay, my all past misdeeds will be vanished or will be destroyed. No, one has to go through, one has to read it thoroughly, sincerely, seriously. And the next one, it says, the third one, Mala nirmochanam punsan jalasnanam dine dine sakrit gitam ritasnanam sansara malanashanam. Now here it says that when we take bath, what happens? We are clean externally. But if one takes bath only once in this Bhagavad Gita, in the sacred Ganges water of Bhagavad Gita, what happens? The all dirt of our material life will be vanquished altogether. But if, you may ask that it is saying that only once. That means if we are going to read it sincerely once, that means what will happen? Are all all the dirt which is in our heart about the material life, about our material existence, what will happen? It will be vanquished? Yes, it will. But it does not mean that you are going to read it only once, because what happens? That a person who read it only once sincerely, then he know that what is his duty, what he has to do. He understood his relationship with Krishna. Then definitely he's going to open this book again and going to read it. And suppose if he's not going to read it again, but his mentality will be different from the person who has not read it once only. So that's what it's saying here. That only by reading once, you will be benefited. Gita Sugita Kartavya Kimmanya Shastra Vistare Yaswayam Padmanabhasya Mukha Padmat. Any volunteer who wants to read it? Who wants to read the translation of this shloka? It's here on the screen only. Yes, Kashish Mataj.
Because Bhagavad Gita is spoken by Supreme Personality of Godhead, one need not read any other Vedic literature. One need only attentively and regularly hear and read Bhagavad Gita. In the present age, people are so absorbed in the mundane activities that it's not possible for them to read all the Vedic literature. But this is not necessary. This one book, Bhagavad Gita, will suffice because it is the essence of all Vedic literature, and especially because it is spoken by the Supreme Personality of Godhead.
Thank you, Mataji. So, because the Bhagavad Gita is the essence of all Vedic knowledge, and this Shastra, this Vedic literature is sufficient. If you are reading this Bhagavad Gita, there is no need to open other Shastras, because we have seen that this is Gita Upanishad. This is Shruti and Smriti as well. This is the essence of all the Vedic knowledge. So that means that if we are reading Bhagavad Gita, there is no need to open other Shastras and read them, because we will be, all the profits, all the benefits we will receive, we will achieve by reading this Shastra only. Okay. So, भारत अमृत सर्वस्वं विष्णु वक्त्रात् विनिष्कृतं गीता गंगोदकं पीत्वा पुनर्जन्म न विद्यते. Volunteer to read this? Yes, Ansa Mataji.
Hare Krishna. One who drinks the water of the Ganges attains elevation. So, what to speak of one who drinks the nectar of Bhagavad Gita? Bhagavad Gita is the essential nectar of the Mahabharata, and it is spoken by Lord Krishna himself, the original Vishnu. Bhagavad Gita comes from the mouth of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and the Ganges is said to be emanate from the lotus feet of the Lord. Of course, there is no difference between the mouth and the feet of the Lord, Supreme Lord, but from an impartial study, we can appreciate that Bhagavad Gita is even more important than the water of the Ganges.
Thank you, Mataji. So, here we see that, okay, how many of you have ever been to River Ganges and have taken bath there? Any one of you? None of you. Okay. Jaydev Prabhu has been there. To Sindhu.
माता जी इन हरिद्वार इंडिया में किया था.
हाँ तो हरिद्वार ना Ganges. I mean the Ganga Maya is there ना. So that is why I'm asking.
Yes, वही मैं बता रही हूँ.
अच्छा और what about the Sindhu? What about the Sindhu River?
नहीं माता जी, मैं तो अभी तक पाकिस्तान में रहकर भी उधर एक दफा नहीं गई.
Okay, Neelam Mataji has been there. Okay. So we go there. Okay, Daya Mataji as well, Prerna Mataji. They all have been to the Sindhu
I
Nadi.
have been in Haridwar as well.
Okay, nice, Prabhu. So we all go there. We all go to these, the purified rivers or the, um, these are the places where we go to be purified. And why we take bath there? All sinful activities or the past misdeeds, become destroyed. That is the reason we go there. So when we drink the water of the Ganges, we attain salvation. It is written here to purify. Yes, Shatabi Keshu Mataji. Yes, to purify ourselves, we go there. So to purify ourselves and to get the salvation, the mukti, we take bath or we drink water of these purified rivers. So what to speak if one drinks the nectar of Bhagavad Gita? Because we see that the river Ganges, the water is coming from the feet of Lord Krishna. And this Bhagavad Gita is spoken with the mouth of Lord Krishna, from the mouth of Lord Krishna. So this is more nectarian. If one consider it in that way, that it is coming from the lotus mouth, from the nectarian mouth. So although there is no difference between between mouth and the feet of the Supreme Lord, but if we only think like this, then how much benefits we'll receive by reading this Bhagavad Gita, this shloka says. Next shloka, or Gita Mahatmya number 6 verse. Sarvopna, sorry. Sarvopnishado gavo dugda gopala nandana partho vatsah sudhir bhokta dugdam gitamritam mahat. Komal Mataji, can you read this, the translation, Mataji?
Yes, Mataji. The Gita Upanishad, Bhagavad Gita, the essence of all Upanishads, is just like a cow, and Lord Krishna, who is famous as a cow-head boy, is milking this cow. Arjuna is just like a calf, and learns scholars and pure devotees are to drink the nectarian milk of Bhagavad Gita.
Okay, so here the word Gita Upanishad has come. So this Bhagavad Gita is the essence of all the Upanishads, of all the Vedas. And Krishna is a cowherd boy who is milking the cow, and Arjun is the calf who's receiving this nectarian milk, who's drinking this nectarian milk. And there is one. Yeah. So if we are reading this Bhagavad Gita, as Arjun is hearing from Krishna, who is a devotee, we will our material contaminations will be purified, and we will understand the essence of this Bhagavad Gita, the essence of the knowledge, that which kind of relationship we have with the Lord and how to serve the Lord. The last one. Ekam Shastram Devaki Putra Geetam, Eko Devo Devaki Putra Eva, Eko Mantra Tasya Namani Yani, Karmapya Ekam Tasya Devasya Seva. Who's going to read this translation?
Mataji, can I?
Yes, Geetaka Mataji.
In the present day, people are very much eager to have one scripture, one God, one religion, and one occupation. Therefore, Ekam Shastram Devaki Putra Geetam, let there be one scripture only, one common scripture for the whole world, Bhagavad Gita. Eko Deva Devaki Putra Eva, let there be one God for the whole world. Shri Krishna, Eko Mantra Tasya Namani, and one hymn, one mantra, one prayer. The chanting of his name. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Karma api ekam.
Thank you, Mataji. Thank you, Geetika Mataji. So, in the present age, everybody wants one mantra, one God, one Shastra. How many of you ever get argued with this thing that you have many, like in your religion or in your dharma, you have so many gods, you have so many, scriptures. Have you ever come across this argument in life?
Yes,
Yes, many times.
Yes, Mataji.
with our
Yes.
families.
Within our families, and as well when we go outside, if anywhere, in our you know either in school or in our jobs or anywhere. Priyanka Mataji, you want to say something, or is there any question? Priyanka Devi Limani Mataji. Okay, we'll take your question later, Mataji. So we maybe come across this kind of arguments, this kind of question, but here it is clarified. It is so easy to understand that there is only one Shastra, that is Bhagavad Gita. There is only one, and that is only one mantra, that is Hare mantra. So when we understand this, then there will be it will be easy for us to answer anyone who asks us so many questions, because Bhagavad Gita gives us of all our anxieties, of all the questions we have in our mind. So now, going towards the disciplic succession. Like introduction, we understood that it is emphasized that one should hear and understand Bhagavad Gita in the mood of Arjuna and follow it the same way. But have you just look this disciplic succession? Did you find Arjun's name here? He is a direct student, direct listener of Bhagavad Gita, but his name is not here. Why is it so? This is a disciplic succession which is starting from Krishna to Brahma, Narada, and it's coming towards end at A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Shri Prabhupada, on the 32 number. right? Arjun not here. Why is it so? What do you think? What would be the reason?
Because Arjuna is a Kshatriya. Might be this. He didn't preach it.
Exactly. Excellent, Mataji. Aarti Mataji, you have to you want to say something? You want to add?
Because he has a relationship with the god as a friend.
Yes, he has a relationship with the god as a friend, and he is a Kshatriya. His dharam was to follow these instructions, being a king or being in the like. There are two types of paramparas: the Raj Rishi parampara and Rishi parampara. So the Rishi parampara means the scholars parampara, the sages parampara, the spiritual masters parampara. So this is the spiritual masters parampara who continues to teach. But Arjun is a Kshatriya. His dharam was to fight in the battlefield. He was not a teacher, not to distribute the gyan. So uh, the Raj Rishi, I was talking about the Rishi Parampara and the Raj Rishi Parampara. So the Raj Rishi Parampara is the saintly kings parampara, in which the saintly kings, they follow the instructions which is given in the Shastras to rule their citizens, to rule the kingdom. In this, that is Raj Rishi Parampara. But here we see this is a disciple of the rishis, of the sages, that is coming from Lord Krishna to the Sri Prabhupada, and it is further continues. So now we are starting our chapter 1, observing the armies on the battlefield of Kurukshetra, and it is the other name is Arjuna Vishada Yoga. I will share the screen. I'll show the PPT here on your screens. Just a minute. So these are the Gita Mahatmyas we just discussed. And we also discussed what aspects of Prabhupada's mood and mission are revealed in the preface. We have completed this yesterday. Sri Prabhupada is saying that this word as it is, this shows that our only purpose is to present this as it is in order to guide the conditioned student to the same purpose for which Krishna descends to this planet once in a day of Brahma. Lord Shri Krishna comes in one day of Brahma, in Brahma's life. And we see that Brahma's life is equals to Kalpa. Matlab it is known as Kalpa. And there are 1,000 Mahayugas in one Kalpa. The cycle of Yuga, the 4 Yugas, this is one cycle. The Satyug, Treta Yug, Dwapar Yug, and Kal Yug. This is a cycle of Yuga. And this is, when it is completed, it is called Mahayuga, and Yuga is equals to one Kalpa. That is Brahmaji's comes in, that is 8.6 billion years, which is written in the preface.
Yes, Mataji.
The same thing. The same thing is coming from the introduction. Instead of satisfying his own personal, he has to satisfy the sense of the perfection of life. Preface only. One has to understand the central point of Bhagavad Gita, and is teaching the whole world this central point. So the mood and mission, to help students understand and appreciate the mood and mission of Srila Prabhupada and situate that understanding within the ISKCON society. Now you have understood that what is the mood of Srila Prabhupada behind all the missions, like to spread this knowledge and to make others devotees, and so the living entity understand their relationship with the Krishna and acts according to that. to serve him. So these all are the understandings, and how you are going to reflect it in your life, it will show in your life only when you will start serving in the moment. Okay. So observing the armies, I think there must be a division given into your handbooks about this chapter. Arjuna Vishad and observing the armies on the battlefield. Sainya Darshan. We also call it Sainya Darshan. So this chapter has a broader way. It has two sections. Like from 1 to 27, it's Sainya Darshan. Means the armies, observing the armies in the battlefield. And then 28 to 40 is Arjuna's Vishada Yoga. Means Arjun has doubts. So it has, like, it is divided into broadly in two sections, or further subsections, like from shloka 1 to 2, there is Dhritarashtra's doubts. 3 to 11, there is Duryodhana's diplomacy. 14 to 20, the signs of victory of Pandavas. And 21 to 27 is Bhakta Vatsala, the lover, the protector of devotees. And from 28 to 46 is Arjuna's 4 reasons not to fight. The 5th reason will come in the second. So Arjuna Vishad Yoga. Okay, I think we must, go to the background of Mahabharat, because we are on first chapter. So just a quick review to the history or to the background of Mahabharata, or we can see that, look into the setting the scene, which is in the. So, okay, background of Mahabharata and the need of Bhagavad Gita. The history begins like in the Kuru dynasty, where 2 brothers, Dhritarashtra and Pandav, they were the descendants of King Bharata. Because of this, the land came to Bharatvarsha. We know that. And Dhritarashtra was blind, so the kingdom was given to his young Pandu. After Pandu's death, the rightful heirs were his son, the Pandava. But however, Duryodhan, the son of Dhritarashtra, out of envy, and he repeatedly plotted to kill the Pandavas, and but fortunately they were protected by their uncle Vidura, and help of with the protection of Lord Krishna, they were saved. Krishna was related to them, as he was the nephew of Kunti Maharani, and he was a cousin of the Pandavas. So he was always in their support, because they were in the righteous path. And the turning point was there. That was the dice game, because the Duryodhana invited them for this game, for this gambling match, where they were defeated, and they were actually deceitfully defeated. And what happened? What was the result of that? They lost their kingdom. Their kingdom was taken away, and the Draupadi was insulted, and they made an attempt of disrobing her, but with Krishna's protection and his divine intention, she was saved and protected. And the Pandavas were sent into 13 years exile. And when they came back, they asked for their right. And that was a peaceful attempt, but it went fail, because when Pandava only requested for the rightful share, and personally tried to stab king just for 5 villages, but Duryodhan refused. And what he said, that I'm not going to even give them the land which is equal to the tip of a needle. And this was the main reason of war, the battle. and the great war of Kurukshetra, Mahabharat, became inevitable. So both Arjuna and Duryodhan, they approached Krishna for support. Krishna offered them a choice that like either his Narayani Sena, one can take his Narayani Sena, or himself, because Krishna will be unarmed and not fighting. So Arjuna chose Krishna and Duryodhan chose the army. So now on the battlefield, we see that in this battlefield of Kurukshetra, Arjuna became confused and overwhelmed, seeing his relatives, teachers, and friends on both sides. So at this crucial moment, Krishna spoke the Bhagavad Gita to guide him on duty, dharma, and the purpose of life. So from here, this Bhagavad Gita starts. And the first shloka is spoken by Dhritarashtra, the first and the only shloka spoken by Dhritarashtra. And because he is a king and his sons are on the battlefield, he wants to know that what's happening there. So his chariot driver or his servant Sanjay, he received the divine vision from by the mercy of Vedvyas ji to see that what's happening in the battlefield. So he started telling Dhritarashtra that what's happening there, and Dhritarashtra's first question, or he inquired about the battle. The first shloka is Dhatre Kurukshetre Samaveta Yutsavaha Mamaka Pandavaschaiva Kemma Kurvata Sanjaya. He is asking that what's happening there, because my son, he's saying Mamaka, means my son and my brother's son, my brother Pandava's son, they both are there with their armies. So what is going on there? Because what is going to happen there? Obviously a war, a fight, a battle. So he wants to know, being a king, that what is going to, who is who has come there with the from the Pandavas side. He's inquiring about that, and he also worried for one thing, that because this bhumi, this land is of dharma, because it's dharma kshetra, the land of dharma. So he knows that his sons are on the wrong path, they are doing injustice. So he just wanted to be assured that being on the field of dharma, my sons are, their mind is not going to be changed, that this, they decide not to fight, that dharma seed comes into their heart. So he was worried about that also. And because it's a dharma kshetra, so he want to inquire that who's gonna win. Maybe because it's a dharma kshetra, so Pandava is gonna win, because they are on the righteous path. So Dhritarashtra, from the very beginning, he had love for this throne. He was attached to this throne, to the kingdom. He never wanted to give away this kingdom to anyone. And so his sons, they mistreated the Pandavas since their childhood. They were, they brought up together. They were playing together, and everything was good. They were studying together. They learned the martial arts. They went to the guru, the same place, the same guru thing was there, but they had hatred for them initially. But Dhritarashtra, being when he know that his brother has died, and it was his responsibility to take care of his brother's children, but he ignored that, and he did not never ever punish his son Duryodhan for being so cruel to them, for giving the poison to Bhima. He could have stopped him, he could have punished him, he could have grounded him, but no, because he was already attached to the kingdom, to the throne. He never wanted to give away. So here he's asking this question. And O Sanjay, after my sons and the sons of Pandava assembled in the place of pilgrimage at Kurukshetra, desiring to fight, what did they do? Do you find anything else in this question? What is wrong with this question? He's asking Sanjay something. Anything comes in your mind by looking
Bias,
into this question?
biasness, biasness, Mataji.
Biasness. Yes, yes. Because he is dividing the lineage. He is dividing the family tree. I mean, the son of Pandavas, they are also Kuruvanshi from the Kuru dynasty. But here he is saying that my sons and the son of Pandavas.
Pandu.
Yes, the son of Pandu. So he is dividing it. The question is dividing them. We can see that when we are like in our families, we are cousins, so we share the same surname, right? We have the same. The brother son use the same surname, but here he is dividing this lineage. He's dividing the family. Any can anyone please read the purport? No, the purport is very big. Let me tell you that from where to read it. Natik Prabhu, can you read from on like on 34 page, the second paragraph, sixth line? From what did they do?
Mataji, I don't find the line actually.
Okay, it's on the 34th page. The first paragraph, the second paragraph, you will find it on the second paragraph's fifth line.
Mata, can I read?
Yes, please go ahead.
Okay.
Only this
What
paragraph,
did
Mataji.
Yes. What did they do? He was confident that both his sons and the sons of his younger brother Pandu was assembled in that field of Kurukshetra for a determined engagement of the war. Still, his inquiry is significant. He did not want a compromise between the cousins and the brothers, and he wanted to be sure of the fate of his sons on the battlefield because the battle was arranged to be fought at Kurukshetra, which is mentioned elsewhere in the Vedas as the place of worship. Even for the denizens of heaven, Dhritarashtra became very fearful about the influence of the holy place on the outcome of the battle. He knew very well that this would influence Arjuna and the sons of Pandu favorably because by nature they were all virtuous. Sanjay was a student of Vyasa, and therefore, by the mercy of Vyasa, Sanjay was able to envision the battlefield of Kurukshetra even while he was in the room of Dhritarashtra, and so Dhritarashtra asked him about the situation on the battlefield.
Thank you, Mataji. This tells us that what's going on in the Dhritarashtra's mind. And here you will see this Dharma Kshetra is a religious field in this PPT, and there is one analogy used here, the paddy field. As in the paddy field, the unnecessary plants are taken out. In the religious field of Kurukshetra, unwanted plants like Dhritarashtra's son, Duryodhan, and others would be wiped out. So this was sure because this is the place of the dharma. So it was that the son of the Dhritarashtra's going to face like they are going to face failure or they are going to lose this battle. The paddy fields, like when someone, they cultivate and what happens that there is a unnecessary unwanted plants grow around the crops. So what they do, they just wipe it out. They just cut them out. So similarly, this is the ground, the place of worship, dharma kshetra, and as the the farmer used the bull, the cart, to sow the seeds and to he uh, just to sow the seeds and to cultivate the land. So similarly, here Lord Krishna is being a chariot driver. He's coming to wipe out all these irreligious uh, uh, mentality people, and this is sure that Dhritarashtra's son are going to face defeat here, because when there is when the unwanted plants grow, then you know that the main plant or the crop, it's going to hide from, because of these unwanted plants. So by just wiping them out, what happens, that dharma, that crop which we want, it's going to flourish, it's going to grow properly. So this is how Krishna is going to wipe them out, with the, like, by supporting the Pandavas. And what will happen, that this dharma will reestablish, that this crop of dharma will be seen by everyone, and will be flourish. The second shloka. Okay. Now, Sanjay is saying that, O king, after looking over the army arranged in military formation by the sons of Pandava, King Duryodhan went to his teacher and spoke the following words. Now, here, from shloka 3, 3rd to 11, we will see the Duryodhan's diplomacy, that how diplomatic Duryodhan is. Pashyataam Panduputraणाम् Acharya Mahatim Chamum Vyudham Drupada Putrena Tava Shishyena Dhimata. Now here says that, O my teacher, behold the great army of the sons of Pandu, so expertly arranged by your intelligent disciple, the son of Draupad. Actually, Duryodhan is offending his guru by saying that you see the army is assembled. The Dronacharya, the guru, is already there. He can also see. He knew that the army is assembled, and it's assembled by Drishtadyuman. So Drishtadyuman was actually commander-in-chief of Pandava's army, and he was a student of Dronacharya and the son of Drupad. So the story behind this, that Drupad and Dronacharya, they were friends, and they both were in the same Gurukul, because Dronacharya was the son of Brahman and Drupad was a Kshatriya. So they, they were good friends. So Drupad told him that I'll be a king, then I'll give half of my kingdom to you. And on his, on his promise, Dronacharya, like after many years, when they just crossed the Gurukul and they were busy in their lives, and Drupad became the king. So he went to Drupad, and Drupad, he refused to even recognize Dronacharya, and he said that I have never made any promise. So on that insult, Dronacharya decided that he's going to, he's going to take the revenge of this insult. Yes. And then what happens then, when the Pandavas were when they learned all the arts, martial arts, and all the education from Dronacharya, so as a Guru Dakshina, they asked Guru Dakshina. So Dronacharya asked them to defeat the Drupad, and that happened. And Drupad has to give his kingdom to Dronacharya, but he refused. He said that I don't want that kingdom. I just wanted you to remember the promise you have made, because you are a Kshatriya. You must stand on your words. That was the reason. And on return to this insult of Drupad, he offered the yagya, or he requested the brahmanas to perform some yagya, from which he received the son who can kill the Dronacharya. And Drishtadyuman was the son. And Drupad sent his son for the education, for the martial arts learning and everything, to Dronacharya. And being a teacher, being a guru, he knew that he's going to kill him in the future. But besides that, he teach him all the tactics of war, all the martial arts techniques and everything. So here, um, Duryodhan is pointing out that because he is your disciple, he is your student, you taught him, and now you see that how beautifully he has arranged this, he has assembled this military forces. So it's all your fault. In other words, he wants to point that out. That is just because of you that they are standing here, that Drishtadyuman has made this view rachna.
He's taunting him.
Yeah, he's taunting him. Okay. And you know that that the commander in chief of army in Pandavas army was Drishtadyuman for 18 days. But in in Duryodhan's army, it was changed 4 times. First was Bhishma Dev, and then the Dronacharya, and then Karna. Like he was keep on changing it. So now we'll go towards yeah, this is the exact thing which we just read. The Dronacharya knew that Drupad Maharaj has got his son. In future, he would kill me. Still, when he was offered to become his disciple to learn military art, he accepted. Yes, that means the Brahmanas were so liberal. When he's coming as my disciple, never mind. He would kill me in future. That doesn't matter. But I must give him teaching. Bhagavad Gita 1.223, London, July 9, 1973. Srila Prabhupada is telling us that this was Guru's reaction over it. He was quiet. He did not say anything. He was liberal. The acharyas were so liberal that they give education to anyone who is who's coming to them and who are worth learning or worth receiving such education. In shloka number 4, we can see that Duryodhan was NC Pandavas army formation, which was arranged by Drishtadyuman. So he approached to Dronacharya. Why he approached? He wanted to press the button, to ensure his loyalty. He want to just check. He is actually manipulating Drona to fight without mercy because he is a guru of Pandavas also, like Pandavas also. But he just want to make sure that they are also your disciples, they are also your students, but you have to be lost. So he is only trying to to press the button so he become angry, or he become merciless towards them. Then shloka 4, okay, here in this army are many heroic bowmen equal in fighting to Bhim and Arjuna, great fighters like Yuyudhana, Virata and Drupada. He is counting the names of those warriors which are good enough to fight against them, against his army. Like, actually, he was fearful for one thing also about the Bhim war, because Bhim had taken a vow when he insulted the Draupadi or offended the Draupadi. The Bhim said that I'm going to kill these 100 brothers. I'm going to break this thigh on which the Duryodhan asked Draupadi to come and sit, and because I'm your new master. So he was fearful for that. And another war was that he's going to kill Dushasan, who offended Draupadi, who pulled her hair and tried to disrobe her. So he decided, he said that I'm going to kill him, and I'm going to to drink the blood from his chest. And the Duryodhan was also well aware with the celestial weapons which Arjuna has, the Gandhi Dhanusha. And in the fifth one, there are also great heroic, powerful fighters like Drishtaketu, Chikit, Chikitana, Kashi Raja, Purojita, Kunti Bhoj, and Shaib. So he is calling them by names, that these fighters are also, these are also heroes which are in their opposite side, means the Pandavas side. So people may ask that by mentioning these great fighters, what spiritual progress we make? The heading is Nirbandhu Krishna Sambandhe. Because we are meant for chanting Hare Krishna Maha Mantra, so by chanting the names of these great fighters, what do we gain? The question may be raised, right? So here Srila Prabhupada says that the thing is that Nirbandhu Krishna Sambandhe, whenever there is connection with Krishna, that also becomes Krishna. So these warriors name mentioning, we should not neglect. Krishna wanted to gather all the demonic power in that battlefield of Kurukshetra and kill them. That was his plan. Bhagavad Gita 1:4, London, July 10, 1973. So why these names are mentioned and what we will gain by reading these names? Because they are in the Sambandh of Krishna, so we must read their names. So the next shlokas, there are the mighty Yudhamanyu, the very powerful Moja, the son of Subhadra and the son of Draupadi. All these warriors are great chariot fighters. And in the seventh shloka, but for your information, he is showing that he is so fearless. He is very, he is very mighty. He's so much powerful because his army is more than that of the army which Pandava has, because Duryodhan has 11 Akshani Sena and the Pandava has 7 Akshani Sena, which was more or less double to them. So he was very much sure they're gonna win this battle. So he's saying, but for your information, O best of the Brahmanas, let me tell you about the captains who are specially qualified to lead my military force. Now he's going to tell this to Dronacharya. He knows everything. He's in his team, in his army. So these are actually diplomacy words, that he is going first to Dronacharya because he's a Brahman. So he wants to please the Brahmana first. He knows that the Bhishma is my grandfather, so that is fine. I'll go to him later. I'll talk to him later. But first of all, he went to Dronacharya just to, to please him because he's a Brahman. So he's saying that there are personalities like you. He's taking his name first on his face, that the personalities like you. This shows his diplomacy. Bhishma, Karna, Kripa, Ashwathama, Vikrana, and the son of Somadatta called Bhurishwara. Bhurishrava, who are always victorious in battle. So he is now taking the name of his own army just to, give sympathy to himself, or just to assure himself to be fearless. I mean, they all are there. And then he says that there are many other heroes who are prepared to lay down their lives for my sake. All of them are well equipped with different kind of weapons and all are experienced in military science. So he is saying that there are many people who are going to die for him. He is on the wrong path. He is malicious. He has, wrong intentions. And those who are standing with him, they are sure to die because they are ready to die for the wrong. So they are definitely going to die. Shri Prabhupada says that. He is saying that our strength is immeasurable in shloka number 10, and we are perfectly protected by grandfather Bhishma, whereas the strength of Pandava uh, carefully protected by Bhima, and Bhima is limited. He's saying that because we are under the protection of Bhishma Dev, there's no need to be worried. There is no need to have fear of any kind that we are going to lose this battle. He's so much, you know, confident about his army, about his might, about his strength. And on shloka number 11, all of you must now give full support to grandfather Bhishma as you stand at your respective strategic points of entrance into the phalanx of the army. So here, after praising Bhishma Dev, first he went to Dronacharya, he praised him, and then next he praised the Bhishma Dev, and then he thought that what the other heroes of my army are going to think, because I am only praising them, or I'm glorifying my guru and glorifying my grandfather, what the other heroes of army will think. So he is saying, here is again Duryodhan's diplomacy is shown, that he is he has glorify his commander in chief of army, the Senapati. Now he's ordering the entire army to support Bhishma Dev. He tries to make others, the other generals, other military men to feel equally important to the war effort. And in shloka number 12, Tasya sanjanayan harsham kuru vriddha pitamaha simhanadam vinadyocha shankam dadmo pratapavan. Now, Bhishma has seen that this Duryodhan is going here and there. He's saying that we are going to win because our army is immeasurable. We have so many heroes. They all are ready to die for me, to give away their lives for me. So this shows that he is fearful. So to give him joy, to to cheer him up, what Bhishma Dev did, Bhishma Dev blew his conch shell to encourage Duryodhan and to make him fear-free. And it followed by other generals also. In the next shloka, you'll see that after that, the conch shells, drums, bugles, trumpets, and horns were all suddenly sounded, and combined sound was tumultuous. So this shows that it all were making noise together. They all were making noise together. It shows that they are aggressive, because you see that from their side, they blew the conch first, and then the Pandavas did not blow the conch shell first. They were waited for the Krishna. Krishna blew his conch shell and then they blew it. So here it shows that the side of Duryodhana, they are very aggressive, and they are only making a noise by blowing their conch shells together. And now on shloka number 14. Tatah shweter yukte mahati स्यन्दने स्थितौ माधव पाण्डवश्चैव दिव्यो शंखो pradadmatau. Now Lord Krishna is blowing his shankha. So from shloka 14 to 20, we will see the signs of victory for the Pandavas. You will find the four signs of victory. Sorry, 3 signs of victory in shloka number 14, and the fourth one you will find in the 20th shloka. We can also consider that because this bhumi, this land was of dharma, the Kurukshetra, the dharma bhumi, so that can also be the reason, one of the sign of their victory. But if it is if they ask you 4 reasons a 4 sign tree, then you can write these ones. So the first one here is, on the other side, both Lord Krishna and Arjuna stationed on a great chariot drawn by white horses. You know, the white horses, the word is like tatah shwater, the shwater, the white horses. They are like when there is a darkness. So this darkness is removed by the sun. When the sun appears, this darkness is removed. Similarly, it seems that these white horses is a ray of sunlight. It's a ray of sunlight which is appears in the darkness. So these like the great chariot drawn by the white horses sounded their transcendental conch shells. Now you see one more thing, that here it is written conch shells. That means the Kurus which who blew their conch shells, they were the ordinary one. They were not the Divya, they were not the transcendental. But here it is saying that we see that the conch shells which Krishna is blowing, which the Pandavas are going to blow, they all are transcendental, Divya. So can anyone read this purport? Okay, let it be. I think we'll read the 15th one, the 15th purport, because we are short of time. Only 6 minutes are left, 9:30, but I think we'll try to finish till shloka. Okay. So here the word Madhava. The Madhava is written, that means the husband of goddess of fortune. So when the goddess of fortune is there, that means goddess of fortune, that is Lakshmi Devi is there, then all misfortune will, where will they go? The all misfortunes will go to the side of Kauravas. And that is the one sign of their victory. And the chariot is capable of conquering all the sides. And this is another one. This chariot it never failed to, it was, never fails. It was always in the win-win position. So here, this chariot was donated or was gifted by fire god to Arjuna. And it says that wherever it goes, it is capable of conquering all the sides. So here are 3 signs of victory. The first one is Lord Sri Krishna. When the Madhava is present, then definitely the Lakshmi Maharani, who is serving the lotus feet of Krishna, she should be present. She would be wherever her husband. So this is the first sign. And the second was the chariot which was gifted to Arjuna by Agni. The sound of conch shell was Divya, the transcendental. That is also the sign. The victory. Okay, there is another thing. Arjuna is also known as, okay, that will be in the 20th shloka. There is the other sign of victory, which is on the 20th verse, that is Kapidhwaja. Kapidhwaja means, Kapidhwaja is a name given to Arjuna, and that flag, it has a symbol of Hanumanji. And when there is Hanumanji, because when Hanumanji was in the battle between Rama and Ravana, Lord Rama won that race. Won that battle. So similarly, when Hanumanji is here as a symbol on the flag, so definitely this is another sign of victory. Shlok 15. Panchajanyam Rishikesho Devadattam Dhananjaya Pondram Dadmau Mahal Shankam Bhima Karma Vrikodhara. Now here we see that Panchajanyam Rishikesho. Lord Sri Krishna is referred to Rishikesh. Rishik means senses and Isha means controller. So Krishna is a controller of senses. And we can see that the impersonalists, the Mayavad or the impersonalists, what they say that Lord, the Krishna, the supreme truth is formless. But we can see that Krishna is a controller of senses, and definitely he has his own senses. So here the Mayavadis, they do not accept this thing. Okay. And we have seen the name of the transcendental conscience, Panchajanya. Lord Shri Krishna received this Panchajanya from like when he went for the when he went for the fight with the Rakshas who was living in the ocean. When Sandipani Muni, his guru, when he asked him, when Lord Krishna completed his education, so he asked his guru for the Guru Dakshina. His guru, Sandipani Muni, asked him that I want my son back, who went to the ocean and he was drowned. And the Varun Dev said that his son was taken by, or he was uh, kidnapped by the Panchajanyan name Rakshas. But when Krishna went there to fight with him, he was like a conch shell type face, shape. He was in a shape of conch. And from there only, when Lord Krishna defeated this Rakshas, he received this Panchajanyam name, conch shell. And by the way, the son of Sandipani Muni was freed by Krishna from the Yamraj. He was there only. He was not in the ocean to the Panchajanya Rakshas. And then the Devadattam Shankh, which this is the name of the conch shell which was blown by Arjuna, and it was given to Arjuna by Mayadanav. When Agni requested Arjuna to, he was sick, eat the he made a canopy and he put fire in that forest, and with that the Agni Dev, he received his medicines from that Khandavan. And there was a Mayadanav named Rakshas there, and Krishna was about to kill him, but Arjuna saved him from Krishna. So that is why he gave him this shell, this conch shell, to Arjuna, which name was Devadatta. And then the other one is Bhima's conch shell. Its name is Pondram, and it was also gifted to him by I think from Vayudev. I'm not sure about it, but they all were gifted to them by some demigods. So they blew their conch shell. The purport. Lord Krishna is referred to as Rishikesh in this verse because he's the owner of all senses. The living entities are part and parcel of him, and therefore the senses of the living entities are also part and parcels of his senses. The impersonalists, I said this before, they cannot account for the senses of the living entities. Therefore, they're always anxious to describe all living entities as senseless or impersonal. The Lord situated in the hearts of the living entities directs their senses, but he directs in terms of surrender of the living entity. And in the case of a pure devotee, he directly controls the senses. So when we surrender to Krishna, then because we surrendered, then our senses will automatically fix into Krishna, and Krishna will help us to direct us towards the path of our, to the highest perfection of life, to receive the highest perfection of life. So here on the battlefield of Kurukshetra, the Lord directly controls the transcendental senses of Arjuna, and thus his particular name of Rishikesha. The Lord has different names according to his different activities. For example, his name is Madhusudana, because Lord Krishna killed the demon named Madhu. So that is why he received the name Madhusudana. Lord Krishna is given the name Govinda. His name is Govinda because he gives pleasure to the cows and to the senses. So, Arjuna says that Krishna, you are Govinda. You give pleasure to senses. But if I'll fight and I'll kill everyone, then, I will not be pleased. My senses will not be pleased because there will be no one to see that I am enjoying this kingdom after winning this war. So, in actual, we have to satisfy the senses of Krishna. So that was the contaminated thought which came into Arjuna's mind. So his name is Vasudev, Vasudev, because he appeared as the son of Vasudev. His name is Devaki Nandan because he accepted Devaki as his mother. His name is Yashoda Nandan because he awarded his childhood pastime to Yashoda at Vrindavan. His name is Partha Sarthi because he worked as charioteer of his friend Arjuna. Similarly, his name is Rishikesh because he gave direction to Arjuna on the battlefield of Kurukshetra. Krishna is directing Arjuna on the battlefield. So Arjuna referred to Dhananjaya here. We know that because he got all the dhan from the different kingdoms to Yudhishthir Maharaj at the time of the Ashwamedha Yagya they were doing.
Rajasuya Yagya.
Yes, Kritika Mataji, sorry.
Rajasuya Yagya.
Raj Yagya, yes. Thank you, Mataji, for correcting me. So Bhima's Virkodara because he could eat voraciously as he could perform Herculean tasks such as killing the demon Hindimba. He killed this demon and he married his sister Hindimani, I think. This was the name of Hindimba's sister. So the particular types of conch shell blown by the different personalities on the side of Pandavas, beginning with the lords, were all very encouraging to the fighting soldiers. On the other side, there were no such credit, nor the presence of Lord Krishna, the supreme director, nor that the goddess of fortune. So they were predestined to lose the battle, and that was a message announced by the sounds of the conch shells. You know what? The sound of conch shells, it just shattered the heart of the Duryodhan side military. Their hearts were shattered. They were fearful after hearing this transcendental sound of the conch shells. And later, like on 16 to 18, King Yudhishthira, the son of Kunti, blew his conch shell. The Anantavijay, this is the name of Yudhishthira Maharaj's conch shell. The Nakula and Sahadev blew the Sugosha and Mani Pushpakau, that great archer of the king of Kashi, the great fighter. Shikandi, Drishtadhir, Virat, the unconquerable, Satyaki, Drupad, the sons of Draupadi, and others, O king, such as the mighty armed son of Subhadra, all blew their respective conch shells. Now, it is only written that their respective conch shells, not transcendental. The transcendental conch shells were Lord Krishna's and the Panduputras. Sagosho Dharta Ram Prani Ridhyani Vyadarayat Nabhascha Prithivim Chaiva Tumulobhyanuna Dayan. Now the blowing of different conch shells became uproarious, vibrating both in the sky on the earth. It shattered the hearts of the sons of Dhritarashtra. And now here we see the contrast in this shloka. We see the contrast between the malicious politician way of Duryodhan and compassionate, forgiving nature of Arjuna. At that time, Arjuna, the son of Pandu, seated in the chariot, bearing the flag marked with Hanuman. So this is another sign of victory. Took up his bow and prepared to shoot his arrows. O king, after looking at the sons of Dhritarashtra drawn in military array, Arjuna then spoke to Lord Krishna these words. So now in the purport, you can read that how the sign of victory, this Hanuman symbol on the flag of Arjuna's Rath, how it shows that this is a sign of victory, because when Lord Ram had fight with Ravana, Hanuman was present there and he became victorious. So definitely, as Lord Krishna is here and the symbol of Hanuman is on the flag, so definitely they are also going to be victorious. So in the last lines of purport, thus all good counsel was available to Arjun in this matter of executing the battle in such auspicious conditions arranged by the Lord for his eternal devotee, lay the signs of assured victory. Now, Arjun is starting to speak to Krishna, Senayor Ubhayor Madhye. This is Vaishnavism. So in the fighting principle, it is written in the PPT, the Shri Prabhupada is saying that in the fighting principle, Arjuna is fighting for Krishna. He is following the previous fighting Acharya, Hanumanji. Therefore, he has depicted this his flag with Hanuman, that Hanumanji, Vajra Gaje, kindly help me. This is Vaishnavism. I have come here to fight for Lord Krishna. You fought also for the Lord. Kindly help me. This is the idea, Kapidwaja. The name Kapidwaja means that Arjuna is having the same spirit, like he is following his previous Acharya. He is asking for the help to Hanumanji. So any activities of the Vaishnava, they should always pray to the previous Acharya, kindly help me. Kindly, this is Vaishnava, is always thinking himself helpless, and begging help from the previous Acharya. Bhagavad Gita 1.20, London, July 17, 1973. Okay, so I think we must stop here now. On 20th shloka, we'll continue it and we'll try to finish our chapter 1 by tomorrow. Thank you so much. And there will be a group exercise which we'll do tomorrow only, because after that, we will have the sessions in the next week. So thank you so much. Hare Krishna, everyone.
Hare
Hare
Krishna.
Krishna Mataji.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you so much.